Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commander Junior Hanna, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the Bible. Let me get Romans chapter 13 and 11. Nosotros somos israelita escuela universal del práctico conocimiento, bajo dominante general Yohana. Nosotros sin ya negros, mexicanos, y nativos quienes son de acuerdo a la Biblia. Negros, mexicanos, y nativos son mismos de acuerdo a la Biblia. Nosotros debemos venir juntos. It's time for us to come together, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Ain't no love in this place. And it's sadly that it's still taking more than over 400 years for you to realize that, black man, Hispanic man, for us to realize that. Look what they doing to the Haitian brothers. Look what they doing in Springfield, Ohio. Look what they did to the Hispanic brothers on the border.
Right.
That is your brothers. Those are your sisters, man. If they do it to them, they do it to you.
Right.
Let me get that, mighty man. 11 and 13. 13 and 11. Man, it's time to wake up, man. We've been coming out to these street corners for over 10 years, man. And we should know that it's time to wake up, man. That it ain't no hope in this place. You got that? Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 13. Let us walk honestly.
No, 13 and 11. 13 and 11, okay.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And know that, knowing that the time and now is at high time to...
Now is that time, man. Now you should be on guard. It is high alert, man. You should be awoke, man. Time to get off the drugs, man. Time to stop celebrating Christmas. Stop celebrating the Halloween, man. We've been doing this for over 400 years, and you see what it does to our children, man. You wonder why our children are being unalive? Because we are not celebrating the Lord High Holy Days, man. Because we don't want to separate from the society, man. You understand? We know that there's always a shooting on New Year's, but you still continue to let your children go out there and celebrate New Year's Eve. You know that our children are being unalive on Halloween and getting kidnapped, but you still continue to let your children go out there on Halloween. My children can't celebrate Halloween, man. My children ain't going to get kidnapped, man.
That's right.
Our children, Salakia, man. Go ahead, mighty man.
Knowing that now is high time to...
It should be high alert, man. Your Christian pastors, your religious leaders should be telling you should be on high alert because it ain't nothing safe in the ghetto. The ghettos ain't safe. The barrios ain't safe, man. You don't have no protection. You don't have no police force. You don't have no government. We don't have no politician that's going to put his life on the line for us, man.
Right.
What you voting for? You voted for an East Indian woman to lock you up. To continue to lock us up, man. Read on, mighty man.
To awake out of sleep.
Wake the hell up, man. You still sleeping in slumber, man. We still sleeping in slumber, man. We still on drugs. We still getting high. Your life can change tonight. Come get a flyer. Call that number today. And we will get you right today, man. Don't wait till you a lot of people don't want to come in the truth because they like, well, I'm not ready for it. I'm not perfect yet. You ain't gonna never get ready for it without the brotherhood and the sisterhood, man.
Right.
We are a nation and we must come together, man. That's the only way to get through our situations, to get through these ghettos and these hard times that's finna come. World War III coming to America, man. You can't stop the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop it, man. Come on, man. Read on.
For now is our salvation near that when we believe.
Our salvation is nearer than when we believe. Our time of rulership is nearer than we ever believed, man. I don't know about you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. I'm tired of working. I'm trying to rule some things, man.
Right.
You understand? I'm trying to give orders. Huh? Right. Read on, mighty man. Let's hit on that. All right, drop that. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. You understand? It's time to wake up, man. We still trying to vote. We still trying to vote, man. We've been voting for over 400 years. You need to vote on Christ.
Right.
Vote on Christ, man. You voting on a nation that cannot save you, that has done nothing for you. Come on, man. Come on, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You voting on the same people that's destroying you. We voting on the same people that's destroying us and locking us up, man. That don't make no sense. Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing right, man.
Right.
Read on, mighty man.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise
So if you were smart, if we were smart, right? Read on.
set him a king over thee,
If you're gonna vote for somebody or set somebody over you to have somebody rule over you and guard your life, man, look, all you gotta just think about T.D. Jakes ruling over you, man. Think about that disgusting, wicked bastard ruling over you, man. You're not gonna choose him now that you know he's going to P. Diddy parties.
Right.
You're not gonna choose him, know that he's talking about being swallowed up. Huh? So if any wise set somebody over you, read on.
set him a king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
And Lord thy God shall choose, man. The Lord didn't choose T.D. Jakes. The Lord didn't choose Creflo Dollar. The Lord didn't choose Al Sharpton, man. You understand? The oppressor set them in office to rule over you, to rob you of your money, man, to keep you sleep and slumber. Just feed you a little bit, man, just so you can be barely alive, man. You understand? Read on.
One from among thy brethren,
From who?
thy brethren,
Thy heathens.
thy brethren,
Donald Trump.
thy brethren,
Kamala Harris.
thy brethren,
Man, do your research, man. Kamala Harris is not black. Barack Obama is not black.
Right.
They are. Oh, Barack Obama is a stinking African, man.
Right.
that's right.
From Kenya. I'm not an African. You understand? I'm from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
They don't look like me. They ain't built like me. They ain't built like us.
Right.
Cattle Khan.
shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is
A
not
stranger. Kamala Harris.
thy brethren. A stranger over thee,
Barack Obama.
a stranger over thee,
Kamala Harris.
a stranger over thee,
Joe Biden.
a stranger over thee.
Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And you believe it, man. We believe it. Come on, man. You gotta understand, man, this is just a game, man, a sport for them. They don't give a damn about us black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Come on, man. The proof is in the pudding. Look what they doing to the Hispanic children on the border, still locked in cages, being molested by Border Patrol, man. The same people that's supposed to be protecting us, man. The same people that you are voting for and giving them your goddamn dollars.
And then a few years ago, a lot of our people, we was talking about, the FEMA camps. I don't know if y'all remember, everybody used to talk about the FEMA camps.
Right.
Hell, this whole country's a giant FEMA camp.
Right.
You got the Border Patrol, you can't leave without their permission. You can't move around without their permission. They got the cities on lockdown with police on the whole perimeter of the whole city, taking all our tax money, putting it into these little towns on the outskirts of town. You go to these outskirts towns of Indianapolis, they built up like New York. You go to Fishers and Geist and all these places on the outskirts of town. They stealing our tax money and got the police oppressing us in their own city.
Good.
Well, they don't need a FEMA camp. They got Indianapolis. They got Chicago. They got New York. We in captivity, black man. We in captivity. It's time for us to wake up out of sleep.
Right.
That roof is on fire. When you gonna get out of bed, black man? When we gonna get out of bed? While the roof is on fire? Or we just gonna stay asleep until it burns us down? It's time to get into the truth, black man.
Right.
Time for us to wake up, get in these classes, start learning this knowledge of the Lord, because the prophecies is coming true. All the prophecies we said was coming true is coming true. Prophesied Russia, prophesied World War III, Iran. Soon the African nations, they coming next. They gonna join in World War III next. When you see that happen, then you know it's already at the end. You understand? North Korea just sent 1,500 troops to Russia for the war in Ukraine. They scared to fight Iran right now because they know Iran damn near developing them nuclear missiles. The Bible prophesied that they gonna get the nuclear missiles.
That's right.
You understand? And they gonna dash everything to pieces.
That's right.
So best believe it's the whole World War III gonna happen. They're gonna try to recruit the only way you don't get recruited or drafted is if you have religious exemption. And like us, like we Israelites, so we exempt from all the draft. Thanks to a brother named Muhammad Ali, he fought for that right. But everybody else gonna get drafted. Straight drafted. You don't want to join yourself to the oppressor, man. You don't want to follow him. He's gonna lead us straight to destruction. Go ahead, brother. You rocking so heavy.
Hey, clap it up for that powerful priest, man. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2, man. Because you got to understand, there's no protection in America, man. You understand? Only protection is to gather with your brothers, man. And keep the law, statute, commandments. That's our only protection, man. Like I said, man, we got a school right there on 35th and Keystone, man. 3532 North Keystone, man. You understand? That is our school building, man. Come there any day of the week, man. We are there. Read on.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth, man. What is it? What are they? Them so-called Jews over there in the Middle East are not in mourning, man. You understand? They are not in mourning. They own all the Starbucks, own all the banks. How are they the real Jews then? Because in the scripture, they said the Jews are mourning. Black people are the ones suffering. We the one that's suffering in the ghettos, and in the barrios, and the reservations, man. We don't.
And the gates thereof are language.
And the gates thereof are language. Language means to be feeble, weak. We don't have no gates. We don't have no protection. We don't have no leader to guide us through the ghettos and the barrios. We are naked in these streets, man. You understand that, don't you, black man? We naked in these streets, man. We don't have no protection, man. They didn't give us the tools that we need to make it through life, man. You understand? Read on.
They are black unto the ground.
No, they are white.
Black unto the ground.
So how are they walking around with your identity, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man? It's time to take back what's ours, man. And that's this whole goddamn world. The Lord said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said he made the world for our sake.
That's right.
You understand? For blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
That's right.
You are the Lord's chosen people, man.
That's right.
Read on.
They are black unto the ground.
And another thing I wanted to bring out, man. This is how you know that it's talking about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Because before about last week, they had the drone. Y'all heard the dome over there in Israel that shoot down the Iron Dome? Come on, man. They got protection, man. They got a thing that shoot down missiles, man. They got protection, man. So this is how you know that this scripture is not talking about them, the so-called Jewish man. You understand? The Amalekites. You understand? This is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Read on.
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up, man. Drop that. Let me get Lamentation chapter 4, verse 17, man. You understand? And if any oppressor out there, man, sorry for what your people that done to my people, it's something you can do. You can bow down and kiss the boots of the priests and prophets and empty out your goddamn wallet, man, so we can continue to build up this nation, man. You understand? Any takers? Read on.
This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. And as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
As for us, as for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, our eyes has failed us for vain help. We seek help from the politicians, from Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, and we get nothing, man. You understand? Read on.
And in our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We doing all these things, man, for these people to try to get. Sorry. Damn right, man. All these people that are all these politicians that are not helping us, and they making all these promises that they're gonna do this. You vote, and I promise to make it right, man.
This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. And as for us, our eyes have yet failed for vain help. And in our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Even though you vote, even though you give your money to all the oppressor and whatever, man, they cannot save you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You understand? Only a black man can save you, and that name is Jesus Christ, Mashiach in the Hebrew, man. You know what I'm saying? Come get a flyer, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Let me get it. Drop that. Let me get Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. You gotta understand, man. We've been at war since the beginning of the time, man. We've been at war since Egypt. We've been at war since Rome. We've been at war our whole goddamn life. We was at war in the womb, man. Esau and Jacob, man. Life is all about warfare, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Let me get that.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. And the children struggled together within her.
Struggle means like a fight. They were struggling in the womb. Esau and Jacob. Esau is the forefather of the white man. Jacob is the forefather of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read on.
And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why I am thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations. That means 2 separate people. You understand? Read on.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Shall be separated. Man, we are supposed to separate from our heathen nations, man. We are supposed to separate from America. We are supposed to separate from the white man, the East Indian woman, man.
Right.
You understand? We ain't supposed to make marriages with them, man.
Right.
Read on.
And one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And one people shall be stronger than the other people. Who's the best boxers on the face of the earth, man? Who's the fastest on the face of the earth? Who's the greatest wide receivers, man? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Read on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. It's going to be a time, white man, that your people are going to serve my people, our people, man. You understand? Thus said the Lord, man. Drop that. Let me get the Apocrypha. Let me get 1 Ezra chapter 8, verse 85, man. You understand? You gotta understand, this is why it's so important that we separate, man. All throughout the Bible. You wonder why we suffering and wonder why we down. It's because we tried to join hands with our oppressors. You understand? We used to be, well, our place used to flourish and Black Wall Street, man. We can do better without them. We can thrive without the white man, you know. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Let me get that. Yeah, chapter 8, verse 85.
This is 1 Ezra chapter 8, verse 85. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them.
Our Christian leaders should have taught us that, man. You understand? It said, moreover, you shall never seek to have peace with them. Never make a peace treaty with them, man. Look what they did to the Native Indians. Look what they did to Black Wall Street. Look what they did to the 4 million slaves across the Atlantic slave trade, man. And you still want to trust in them? You still want to vote for them? Come on, man. Man, I'm going to tell you like that. I'm just paraphrasing scripture, but the Lord said, who can change what I have made crooked? The white man will never change. He will always be a wicked beast. Read on.
He said, ye shall never to seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong.
The Lord said, never seek to have peace with them, that you may be strong. You should have never joined your businesses with them. We should have never joined our business with them. You understand? Man, we make the best food. We make the best chicken. The hell I'm going to Steak and Lemonade for to buy chicken wings and fries. Come on, man. Chinatown shouldn't even be in business because we make better chicken. We make goddamn rice and beans, man. Come on, man. Read on.
Ye may be strong and eat of the good things of the land.
And eat the good things of the land, man. That we may have crops, have businesses, and our land will flourish, man. But no, we wanted to join onto them, so now we have nothing, man. We don't have nothing to go back to. We don't have an inheritance. Only inheritance that we have is this Bible, man. So we must follow it. Read on.
That ye may leave the inheritance of the land unto your children forevermore.
Only thing we leave unto our children is the doctrine of man. Christmas, Halloween, that's what we live for. And wonder why they are unalive every goddamn year. Wonder why our children are being kidnapped every year, man. because we are left our inheritance of the oppressor. You understand? And with that, that's my time.
Shalom. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, we've been teaching so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians our true identity according to the Bible, which is the 12 tribes of Israel,
That's right.
the Lord's chosen people,
That's right.
and of course our oppressor, otherwise known as the white man,
That's
is
right.
the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You've heard many prophets today tell you how war is coming to America. And it's just keep in mind, it's not personal from us when we say that the white man is the devil. It's because of the crimes that you've committed against the Lord's chosen people.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in America today, they might forgive you for the crimes that you've committed against our forefathers. They might forgive you for the blacks that were shoved into the bronze bulls during the time of the Greeks. They might forgive you for the blacks that were crucified during the times of the Romans. We'll forgive you for all of the blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that you have torn apart with your dogs, that you have cooked alive, for the ones that you have choked to death since George Floyd and before his time that cannot be named. Our people might forgive you for that, but our Father who art in heaven will never forgive you for what you have done to his people.
That's right.
Let me get Book of Revelations chapter 9 and verse 12, because there is a judgment coming to America, a judgment coming to our oppressor no matter what nation he is in for what he has done to the Lord's chosen people, and we've already told you about it today. That would be World War III, thermonuclear destruction coming to the most wicked empire that has ever been in this earth, otherwise known as America.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 12. One woe is past.
One woe is past. You know what that one woe was? That first woe, that's World War I. Where over, 10 million people were unalived in the earth? All throughout the earth, all through Europe, through Asia, through Africa, the Middle East. Countless people was unalived. Well, that first woe is past. Go ahead.
And behold, there come 2 woes, more hereafter.
But there's still 2 more woes to come. And we already know of the second one. That was World War II, where almost 100 million people died throughout the earth. So if there's still one more to come, it's got to top the amount of people that was killed in the earth. It's got to top the 50 to 80 million that was unalived in World War II. The 10 to 16 million that was unalived in World War I. And there's a reason that these wars come to the earth. It's because of what the nations have done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
All right.
Drop that. Let me get Revelations 11 and 14. Like I said, the earth may forget about the crimes that's been committed against our people. It may be brushed under the rug, and we may be looked at as just the filth of the earth, but the Lord will remember these things. The Lord will remember what has been done to his people, his chosen people, and he will give us justice, even if we beg and plead that he does not do so, which is exactly what we do in America. We do not want for our oppressor to suffer for the crimes that he's committed against us. Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Here comes that third woe. You've heard of rumors of wars and wars for the past, 4 years now? You've heard of how Russia invades the Ukraine and is taking land, and how Iran is giving Russia aid in weapons and missiles. You hear of how China is practicing military drills around Taiwan. You hear of how Israel, the Iron Dome that was impenetrable, impregnable, and can't ever be destroyed or punctured, well, it has fallen. It fell last week, and Israel was hit by missiles, and countless Israelis was unalive over there in the Middle East. Well, because of that, now America is going to get sucked into the Middle East. America and all of her fellows will be joining the war to help Israel out of the pinch that they're in. But what America doesn't understand is that you cannot stop what's happening over there. You cannot stop China from taking Taiwan, no matter how much military power you put over there to help aid them. You cannot stop Israel from falling, no matter how many troops or threats it is that you make. And you cannot stop Russia from reconquering the territories that broke off from them after the Soviet Union fell. You can't do it. But because you will try, you will be dragged into this war known as World War III, the third woe that's to come to this earth. Drop that, give me Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. You understand? And just, if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, keep in mind that this is of the Lord. The Lord said that he makes alive and he kills, that he wounds and he heals. It's the Lord that is going to be bringing them nuclear bombs to America. That's going to be bringing the bombs to Russia, to Spain, Germany, France, Israel, to all the countries in the Middle East, to Africa, to all the nations who have taken advantage of and oppressed the Lord's chosen people, which is all of the nations in the face of this earth. It is not just our oppressor, known as the nation of Edom, it's every nation. Isaiah 66 and 15. Take your time. Book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. You understand? And like I said, that's something that you always have to remember is the crimes that has been committed against your people. Against our people, Salakia. The other nations, they do it. They remember the crimes that's been committed against their own. Right. The Ukrainians, they remember what the Russians have done to them and how many of their people have been unalived by the Russians. The countries around Russia, they remember the crimes committed against their people by the Russians. That's why they fight so hard to stay separate. That's why some of them, they might be afraid of what's to come. So they'll try to join onto the Russians. But none of that is going to stop the war that's coming to this earth. Right. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
The Lord is going to come with fire. What's that fire? That is them thermonuclear weapons that's to come. That is the fire that's going to be coming from them chariots. Once they crack that sky and rain down fire upon the nations, upon all of the great militaries that nobody thought could ever be conquered, like America, like Russia and China. We believe that their militaries are invincible and they will use that to rule this earth. Well, there is a military greater than all of them combined in this earth that is coming to free Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's right. Go ahead.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury.
And that's exactly what the Lord is coming to do. We've been taught in the churches and in the religions of this world that the Lord, when Christ returns, he's going to be giving hugs and kisses. He's going to have everyone hold hands and make a circle of love all around the earth. Well, that's not what this scripture just said. The scripture said that the Lord is going to come and pour out his anger and his fury upon these nations. And why? Because once again, these nations have committed crimes against our people. Crimes that should never be forgotten. Crimes that are only heard about in horror movies. And yet we've forgotten them as a nation. But the Lord remembers them so much that he is building up his anger until the time comes for our King to return and crack that sky with them chariots and to rain down fire. Go ahead.
And his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Oh, I thought the Lord was going to plead with everybody by giving them hugs, by having them join together through love.
For by fire and and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
That's how the Lord is going to plead with all flesh. He's going to bring fire and a sword to all nations. You can do what you want to try to avoid World War III. America has been doing it for the longest. Europe has been doing it for the longest, trying to make treaties with one another, trying to make organizations where you have 12 plus nations in there to help deter nuclear weapons from being used. They've tried to keep nuclear weapons out of the reach of certain nations. They've tried doing all of that, but there's still going to be fire that comes to this earth, fire that comes to the nations whom have destroyed the Lord's chosen people. You can do it all you please. You can't stop what's to come. And just look at what's going on in the news. Like Captain Kaposh brought out earlier, North Korea sent 1,500 of their special forces to help the Russians in Ukraine. North Korea is preparing for war against South Korea. China is practicing military drills right outside of Taiwan to show them what it is they're capable of. You can't stop World War III from happening. I understand that our people would much rather avoid a war if it means that they don't have to go through a hardship, if it means that they don't have to see our oppressors suffer and be destroyed. But just know your life is going to be hell on earth, just as it has been for over 400 years if our oppressor remains in power. Our oppressor has to burn along with his nation if we want to be free as a people, whether you are black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And those of you that will be slain by the Lord will be many. You heard in World War II how 50 to 80 million was unalive. World War I, 10 to 16 million. Well, there's going to be many, many more that are unalive in the Third World War. That's right. Just remember that. Remember that you cannot escape the destruction that is coming to this earth. But if you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you have a way you can survive these nuclear weapons. Come on. You have a way you can survive the nuclear weapons that's to come to this empire. And that's by changing your life and coming into the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. That's the only way. You can't follow the diddlers in the Christian church who are at them diddy pop parties getting covered in baby oil. You cannot follow the pastors who are asking you if you've ever been swallowed up and telling your woman, thou art loose. You cannot follow the religious leaders who are having you go and kiss rocks in the Middle East. You cannot follow them and escape from this destruction, because the God that they follow serves the other nations, and those gods cannot protect the nations that they serve. So why would they protect the slaves of the empire? Go ahead.
Verse 17, they that sanctify themselves.
Drop that, give me Zephaniah 3 and 8. You understand? There is no escaping them bombs unless you come into the ISUPK. You cannot join a fake Israelite group and expect to escape them nuclear bombs. It's just not going to happen. The Lord has always chosen a prophet of God, and there have always been men to submit themselves to that prophet. Well, that prophet that was chosen is Commanding General Yohana. That's right. And the prophets and the men that submitted themselves to the one true prophet of God that's left in this earth is the men and women here in the ISUPK. Right. The only ones. The rest of them are false prophets leading the flock astray. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. And that's something that we've become so accustomed to that we believe that false prophets were really chosen by God. No matter how much they abuse our children, no matter how much they tell you not to give to the poor and to instead give that extra money to them, no matter how much they lie and steal from us, we've always just believed that they were prophets of God because that's what America has taught us. Well, that's not the case. The prophets are them crazy niggas standing in front of you on the street corners. That's who the real prophets of God are.
That's right.
Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord.
And this is what we've been doing since 1969. We've been waiting for our King Yahushua, or Jesus Christ, to return, to deliver us from this captivity, to deliver us from the oppression that America has been laying so heavily upon our necks for so very long. Go ahead.
Until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation.
And that's exactly what the Lord is going to do. He didn't say that he was going to gather the nations and the kingdoms so that everyone can come together and there be peace on earth. That's not what that just said. That just said he's going to gather them together to pour upon them his indignation, to pour upon them his anger. And he's going to gather them together over there in the Middle East, over there in the land of Israel, over there where all the nations have some kind of stake in this earth, which is in the Middle East. Have a stake in the oil that's over there. Have a stake in some kind of resource that's over there in that land. And when they are gathered over there, thanks be to the Lord, they will be destroyed by the Most High Power, destroyed by the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And that's exactly what's going to happen to all the lands. It's not just the armies that are going to be destroyed of the nations. Drop that, give me Malachi 4:1. It's not just the armies that are going to be destroyed and devoured by fire. It's going to be the lands. It's going to be the towns and the cities and the people that are dwelling in all the lands throughout this earth because of what they have done to the Lord's chosen people. They might not be the nations in this earth besides our oppressor, the nation of Edom. They might not be the primary ones doing it, but they've all committed crimes against us. They have all oppressed and destroyed our people. You have to remember these things, or else you can be easily deceived by this world. You can be easily deceived by the soothsayers who would much rather you submit yourselves and be a slave to all nations. Go ahead.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh.
Man, there's a day that's coming. A day that cannot be avoided. A day that our oppressor cannot talk his way out of. A day that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, no matter how spiritual we are, no matter how much we hope and pray, that day we cannot stop from coming. Go ahead.
That shall burn as an oven.
And that day is going to burn as an oven. I don't know if you've ever started an oven. If you've opened that oven door, just the heat that is generating off that is gonna damn near burn your face off. Well, a day is coming like that. A day that is going to be so hot that it is going to burn the flesh from your bones. The day is coming where your bones will be turned into powder. The Japanese, they got a taste of what that day is gonna feel like. When America dropped them nuclear bombs on them in World War II and hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They got a taste of what that was like. They got to see the destruction that came that day. And you can still go and see, not just through photos, the destruction that came, but you can go over there to them cities now and you can see the outline that was burned into the ground from them bombs. People was jumping ropes and walking with balloons and riding bicycles, enjoying their kingdom, enjoying their lives. But when them bombs dropped, that was solidified in history, what they were doing. And you better keep that in mind when you ignore the prophets of God, because that's exactly what will happen to you if you do not listen to what the prophets are telling you. That's right. If you do not change your lives and come back to the Lord. Go ahead.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
That's exactly what's going to happen to our oppressor. He's that proud bastard that has been ruling over us for over 400 years. That proud bastard that would dare open his mouth and say that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are not the real Jews. That we are not, that we are not the real 12 tribes of Israel. That proud bastard is going to be destroyed over there in the land of Israel. It's going to be destroyed in all of the lands that he dwells in. And the wicked, you understand, is also our oppressor, but as well as our people living in America that are celebrating holidays, that are getting high, that are trying to become the best Americans that they can possibly be. That is wicked in the eyes of the Lord. But like I said, there's an opportunity we can escape from this destruction, and that's to come into the ISUPK. That's the only avenue.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
And that day that's coming, the day that's unavoidable, it's going to burn everybody up.
Right.
Unless you are given protection by the Lord. And the only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that truly are protected is those in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. The only ones. So if you want to save your life, save the life of your family, of your children, those that you hold dear, I suggest you come in here and start teaching immediately. That's the only way to do it. The only way to preserve your own life. I'm sure. You understand? That's the only way. You come in here and you serve the Lord. You keep the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm sure that the Japanese during World War II, they would have loved to known that them bombs was coming. If they would have known the destruction that was coming to their land and their cities, I'm sure they would have sued for peace much, much sooner. Much, much sooner than when Hitler committed suicide. I'm sure they would have never even have joined the war at all if they would have known what was to come to their land. You understand? Drop that.
So what's your nationality? White man. You would consider yourself white, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right. Okay. So this white man had a question. What do we teach? Do we teach that we hate white people? I'm gonna answer your question like this. No, we do not teach that we hate white people. We teach that we love black people, man. You understand?
Right. But does that imply that you hate white people? You know what I mean? Because it's like, does that imply that you do not love white people?
I love my people, but God hates white people. You know what I'm saying? It's in the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. Get that for me, Baba Kashab. Romans chapter 9, verse 13. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate white people. The Lord hates white people. You know what I'm saying? You see that 9 and 13? Go ahead and read.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. Jacob is the forefather of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read on.
But Esau have I hated.
Who?
Esau have I hated.
I thought it wasn't hate in the Bible.
Esau have I hated.
I thought God was all love.
Esau have I hated.
Esau is the forefather of the white man, man. You understand? So do you love black people? That's my question right now. Do you love black people?
Yes. I mean,
Are you willing to prove that?
Well, it's like, how can I say I love every single person? You know what I mean? Like there are some people who are white who I wouldn't say I love, and there's some people who are black who I wouldn't say I love.
Right.
So, but like I love individuals.
But are you a Christian?
I mean,
Because I thought God loves everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I can't speak for God. You know what I mean?
I mean, ain't that what your church teaches?
I'm not in church. I'm not I'm independent. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I'm asking you right now, but do you love black people? Because are you willing to prove today to everybody, to the whole world, that you love black people?
I love individuals who I know. I love people who love me.
So basically, you don't love everybody.
I don't love everybody.
So you don't love black people.
Well, I love.
So you telling me it's brothers that have done nothing to you, but you don't love them because they are black.
No,
That's what you're saying, right?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
Okay, but why are you asking us if we hate all white people then?
Well,
If you don't love all black people?
well, because you said that God hates white people.
I did. I just showed you that.
And so if God hates white people and the goal is to be like God, then wouldn't you hate white people as well? Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, if God hates white people,
Look, black people don't hate white people.
okay.
You know how? You want to know? You want to know the proof of that? We give them all their dollars. There's a big old line over there, and they are voting for a people that has oppressed them for over 400 years. Black people don't hate white people. That's the proof over there. That's why we are out here to teach them, to tell them to separate from them. Because we don't see the harm that's been committed to us. We don't see the harm of voting. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you want to prove today that you love black people? There's a scripture in the Bible that you can prove to everybody that you love. Make a change. Make a difference, man. You don't love black people.
I love.
Hey, go ahead, other one.
If I could, this goes to prove the facts right here. Don't ever listen to an oppressor, young, old, big, or small. Because he came up here and asked, do we hate all white people? And then, in return, what are you willing to give? If we don't hate all white people, then why don't you love all black people? Why is that such a hard question for you to answer? You saying that you love individuals,
Yes.
but it's a problem because we don't love individuals, but you don't. How can you hold us to a standard that you don't keep? What sense does that make?
Yeah, I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do that.
And here's another thing. You saying that, like God says, yes, that's what the Lord says. The Lord says that. The Lord also says that man shall not lay with mankind. Do people listening to that? Do they listen to that? No, they do not. This world is a world full of sinful people. You understand? And our job is to raise up our people. And here's the problem. It wasn't even the fact that you thought that we were saying something you didn't believe in. It's the fact that you've seen a group of black men who don't love you for the simple fact you're privileged. Your privilege dictates that we must love you, but not here.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I wish all the best.
Hey, no sweat. Hey, go ahead. Hey, he didn't want to prove to himself.
I do love you guys.
Hey, go. Hey, let me get Isaiah chapter 49.
I have to go. I'm sorry.
Hey, he didn't want to prove it, other one. Hey, man. Calvin, come. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and read that. You know what I want. Chapter Isaiah 49. Salakia. 55? 55:21. Okay. Come.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Hey, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. It sound good. Yeah, I love all black people. It sound good. Read on.
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart, man. He don't love all black people. He loves some. Read on.
His words were softer than oil.
You know how the oppressor talk, man. He got that slick words, man. The way they be talking, they just slick, man. Read on.
Yet were they drawn swords.
That where they draw the sword, man. That's why the Bible teaches that you got to separate from these goddamn heathens, man. And you should not be voting, man. Because it ain't no love. And it ain't going to be no peace in this wicked nation. It ain't going to go back to what it used to be, man. It ain't going to go back to good. It's nothing but hell on wheels from now on out, man.
Right.
And
And if I could, what the priest is bringing out so heavy, let me get the book of Obadiah started at 8. He wants to know why we do what we do out here, man. Let me tell you something, man. It has never been a day on this planet that a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child has not suffered under the hands of the oppressor. You understand? Then this kingdom, in this wicked kingdom called America, aka Babylon, black people have never had a day of not suffering in this place. You got that in the book of Obadiah?
Come.
Let's get Obadiah 1 and 8. Let me show you something what the Lord says.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord?
Say of who?
The Lord.
So this is the book of Obadiah. Obadiah had a vision, and it came to pass in that vision the destruction of the white man. You understand? Of the oppressor. And I'm going to show you why in these scriptures, why that destruction must happen.
Even destroy the wise man out of Edom.
See that one that was right here in front of us? You see that little kid right in front of us? In his mind, he's smarter than us. He's smarter than the Lord. I can trick them into saying that I'm good and they love me. Even though he would not admit to loving black people, but he wants us to love all white people. You understand that? What sense does that make? Keep going.
and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Out of who?
The mount of Esau?
Esau, the so-called white man. Keep reading.
The mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, oh, say men, shall be dismayed.
The mighty man out of Teman. That's talking about, just think about it like another city. It don't matter where an oppressor is. Whether he's here in America, whether he's in Russia, it doesn't matter where an oppressor is. The white man is the devil all over the goddamn world.
That's right. To the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by the slaughter.
Cut off how?
By the slaughter.
No, we just not gonna love them anymore.
May be cut off by the slaughter.
May be cut off by the slaughter. Let me tell you something. Blood begets blood. You understand? Blood begets blood. Don't worry about black on black crime, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, because I'll let you in on a little secret. Right now, over there in Iran, what's going on? That's white people killing white people. Right. What about white on white crime? So don't ever let that fool you, man. Every nation hurts their own. That's not the point. The point is this: when another nation hurts your people, that is an act of war. We have been under siege for 400 years in this place called Babylon. Keep reading.
For thy brother, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
You want to know why the Lord hates the white man? You want to know why black people, us here in ISUPK, don't like the white man, why we hate the white man? It ain't because of the color of his skin. This is why. Read that part again.
For thy violence.
For their what?
Thy violence.
For their loving.
Thy violence.
Their tenderness.
Thy violence.
Their caring.
Thy violence.
For their violence. For every unarmed black man that's gunned down. How is it they ain't figured out how to take an unarmed black man alive, but they can take school shooters alive? Right. They can take white school shooters alive. They figured out the science to that, but they ain't figured out the science to taking unarmed black man alive. Understand what we teaching you is this, black man. It ain't because of the color of their skin. They hate you because of the color of your skin, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. That's why they hate you. This is why we hate them.
For thy violence.
For all the crimes they've committed against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and no one has ever paid.
That's right.
All the drugs they pushed into the black community. Not one CIA agent has ever went to prison for that.
That's right.
For all the rape, murder, and robbery. Right now, as you walk around downtown, you walk on the bones of the Native Indians. Did you know that?
Right.
This was their land.
That's right.
Why come their vote didn't count? They voted to get the white man out of here. Why didn't it work then? But you think your vote gonna count today?
Right.
Nigga, please, read.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Go ahead.
Shame shall cover thee.
Shame shall cover thee. That's why whenever we speak on the crimes, they avoid the point of the matter. Well, it wasn't me. I've never owned a slave. I would have been on the Underground Railroad. Oh, you know why they never just be honest about it? Like this young man here was that says, no, I don't love all black people. I don't know them. I don't like them. You know why they don't do that? Because of the shame. It's good not to have shame. I'm not ashamed to say that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And I pray every one of them drop dead so me and my brothers can live.
That's right.
I'm not ashamed to say that.
That's right.
Let me drop that, man. Drop that. Let me get Psalms. Let me get Psalms. My fault. Book of Psalms 145. Book of Psalms. Where am I going? Because I want to prove a point here, man. Psalms 139, verse 21. When we say that we hate the white man, when we say that we don't like the white man, if we have word hate, right? That triggers everybody. Hate. God loves everybody. Nobody has yet to show me that in the Bible. I can show you where God hates. I can show you where God hates. But I can't show you where he loves everybody because he doesn't.
That's right.
Would you love somebody that came in your house and raped and murdered and robbed your kids and your family? Would you love them?
That's right.
Would you kill them with kindness? So why the hell are you telling black people, no matter what any nation does to them, to kill them with kindness?
Right.
So when you hear that word hate, it automatically triggers because you think your hate is like the white man's hate. No, it's not, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, it's not. What's the proof of that? That you walk around here peacefully. Have you ever seen an oppressor get anything done to him and not seek vengeance immediately?
Right.
Have you ever seen it? You cannot do nothing to them at all because they want your head. They want your blood. They want vengeance. They hate you and will never love you. So when you hear that word, you can thinking hate because you're used to seeing the murders, the rapists, the pillaging, the robbing, the hanging from trees, the chasing them down with dogs, letting dogs eat them up. That's why you think hate. You think automatically the worst kind of crimes ever. But let me show you in these scriptures. Let's get it.
The book of Psalm, chapter 139 and verse 21.
Go ahead.
Do not I hate them, O Lord.
Do not I hate them, O Lord. Keep going.
They hate thee.
That love thee.
They hate thee.
Are you not supposed to hate somebody that hates you? Why would you love somebody that's trying to kill you? What sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense, right? So why do you expect black people to keep loving white people here in America when all white people have ever done was rape, murder, pillage, and rob us? How can you love that? You got to be some type of sick bastard to love that. Y'all tell you straight up. No other nation will accept it. No other nation. But you want black people to accept it. Keep reading.
And am not I grieved with
Am I not grieved? Am I not vexed? Am I not angry that my brothers and sisters are still suffering in this place called America?
with those that rise up against thee?
We can't even tell our brothers and sisters to come together as a nation without a white person saying, why don't you love all white people? Ain't that about a trip? Ain't that some stuff? Why do you hate me? This is what I get asked. Damn the crimes that you witness every day. Damn the crimes that you witness every day committed against black people. Damn the fact that you walk around on the Native Indian bones. Why are we mad? That's the question you ask. If we shouldn't be mad, then maybe you should give some land back. How about that? Keep going.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
Oh, wait a minute. Not only do you hate them, but you hate them how? What did that say?
With perfect hatred.
And this is what gets people right here, because they hear that word hatred and they automatically compare their hate to the white man's hate. Because let me tell you something, black man. The things that you have seen done to you and your people, you couldn't imagine. You couldn't imagine raping babies and throwing them off of bridges and throwing them off the tops of castles. You couldn't imagine feeding babies to alligators. You couldn't imagine castrating little boys and doing God knows what with their private parts. You couldn't imagine murdering somebody because they so-called cat whistled at a woman. You couldn't imagine hating somebody because of how they look. That's why when we say hate, you like, oh my God, no, I do not hate, because you compare hatred to the white man's hate. But this is the kind of hate we're talking about. Read that again.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
With perfect hatred. You know what perfect hatred is? Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, I'll let you in on the secret. I hate the white man so much that I stopped selling drugs.
Right.
I hate him so much that I stopped using drugs.
Right.
I hate him so much that I forgive every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man and woman for anything they ever did to me.
That's right.
I hate him so much that I love my brothers.
That's right.
You understand? I hate him so much, I follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. I stopped eating shrimp, pork, and lobster. I stopped smoking weed and cigarettes. I stopped being a whoremonger. That's the kind of hatred that you need. A perfect hate is following the law, statutes, and commandments. How do I know this? Because the law is perfect.
That's right.
I'm going to pass it back to this powerful priest.
Hey, let me get Isaiah chapter 49, verse 23. Hey, I'm going to ask you a question one more time, man, so you can prove to yourself, man. Are you sorry for what your people done to my people? Is it damn? You gotta think about it. Are you sorry for what your people? What about you, Mr. White Man? Are you sorry for what your people did to my people? You willing to prove it? Hey, okay. Hey, let's get that scripture, Isaiah chapter 49, verse 23. There's a scripture in the Bible. If you want any forgiveness, if you want any repentance from the Lord in the kingdom of heaven, man, there's something you can do. Read on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 23. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers.
Our forefathers was your nursing fathers and your nursing mothers. Y'all agree on that, right? We took care of y'all fathers and your mothers. Y'all agree on that, right? Read on. And your kids, nursing your kids. Read on.
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
So if you truly sorry for what your people have done to my people for over 400 years, man, you can bow down with your face towards the earth. Read on.
And lick up the dust of thy feet
and kiss the feet of the priests and prophets, man. Are you willing to prove that here today, Mr. White Man? What about you, white lady? You willing to prove? No, you, hey, look, they like, nah, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I just came over here. Hey, look, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? They want us. Hey, black people haven't done nothing to your people, and we still got to say sorry to y'all for over 400 years. And we didn't do no wrong. No wrong. And you can't even say sorry to what your people have done to my people for 400 years? God, kind, sir.
Which proves the point that I was making earlier. That it don't matter about how much they tell you they're sorry, about, nah, I wouldn't have never done that. It's all lies coming out the mouth. You understand? Listen, 400 years of slavery. You see this place you walk around down here? Guess who built this? This was built not only on the bones of our Indian brothers and sisters, but off the blood, sweat, and tears of our Hispanic and black brothers and sisters. Do you not realize that? Do y'all not realize there's not a place in America that doesn't have the touch of a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, woman, or child? From the stoplights, from the cell phone, to the food you eat. I got another question, just seriously. What is white culture? We got white people out here. What is white culture? I'll tell you from a black point of view. To steal everybody else's goddamn culture. That is white culture. To steal. Because you have nothing original of your own. Nothing original. Let me tell you something. Europe didn't belong to the white man. Europe belonged to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. How is it that they know the first bones come from Africa? Supposedly, right? Come the dark-skinned people, but everywhere on the face of this planet, some light-skinned person was there first. Some white person was there first. The Hawaiians and Samoans was in Europe first, and they kicked them out, murdered them. There's nowhere on the face of this planet that white people touch that they don't rape, pillage, murder, and rob. Yes, I said rape twice because that's what you're good at. You forget P. Diddy mentor was a white man. So all the P. Diddy jokes and y'all mad at him, just remember he learned it from a white man. He learned it from a white man. That was his mentor. Keep breaking it down, priest. But just know that we know that you white people will never truly be sorry. All the crimes that your people commit, and this too much, you too prideful to bow down and kiss the boots. It's okay for us to kiss your ass, but y'all can't kiss the boots. That goes to show you the pride of the oppressor and why once more the white man, woman, and child will always be the devil the Bible speaks of. That's right. And devil means goddamn liar.
Hey man, clap it up for that powerful priest, man. Hey man, who's the next speaker, man? Hey, Salakia.
Most High Christ, give it up for that powerful priest and prophet. All right. We're at the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We come out here to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in this city of Indy. You are the children of God.